Hey y'all, hey, it is me, it is your girl Nurse T. And in this video today, I wanted to do a sit down and talk to you. I want to talk to those people out there who are struggling with the thought of, should I go to school to be a nurse? Or if you're in school to be a nurse, should I quit this? This seems like this is too much. This just doesn't seem doable. Well, if you find yourself in this situation and you have time, you have a minute, go ahead and take a seat, because this Nurse T, big sis Nurse T, or your auntie Nurse T, or if you, let's say, I got a daughter that's 17. So if you 17 and under, then this is Mommy T. Let's have a talk, because obviously there are a lot of people with a lot of things going on in their head, and you might just need that positive, motivating inspiration to remind you that don't give up. So if it's your first time joining my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, turn the notifications on, and by all means, like the video if you find this helpful. I do encourage you to leave me comments. I do make videos sometimes that are inspired by your comments, and I just want to kind of see where you at, like what were your thoughts, or if you have any input into whatever my video consisted of. But I wanted to make this sit down and talk to you video because I was once you. If you a nurse, if you're an individual who aspired to become a nurse, or if you in the nursing program and you feel like, man, this is not what I thought it would be. No one said that it would be this hard or whatever, and you feel like just throwing in the towel, don't do that, because I was once you, and I want you to know that if I did it, you can do it. In no particular order, I just kind of want to review some things that went on with me throughout my journey of wanting to become a nurse. One thing I would suggest, the biggest thing I would suggest, is stay away from negativity. Stay away from negative people. Stay away from negative thoughts, negative comments, negative friends, negative family, negative people that you work with, and even thinking negative. Stay away from all forms of negativity. Negativity will add an extra load on you that you didn't expect that you was carrying. The reason why I say that is because I used to work as a patient care assistant on a unit before becoming a nurse. And every time I would see nursing students, I would question them. I would ask them. I would always find people who looked like me, people who I felt that just didn't have everything handed to them. I would ask people, I was like, hey, so what's your experience? Like, do you have kids? Do you have to work? Do you have parents that help you with things? So I was a parent. I had 2 kids at the time. I had I think she was 7. My oldest was 7. And my youngest was like 11 months or so. But before I even had my second child or whatever, I'm rambling now, but before I had my second child, I only had 1. So I would always see the nursing students come up, and I would ask them questions like, how is nursing school? How is blah, blah, blah. And everything that they told me was pretty much negative. Oh, it's hard. You got to quit your job. If you're married, you'll be divorced. It's like, it's a struggle. It's this, and that. Everything was pretty much negative. So when I actually got accepted into the nursing program, when I had 1 child, I got accepted into the nursing program. It was the Lone Star program. It was a 2-year program. I joined it, and actually I let everything that they told me. I'm like, oh, this is supposed to be hard, or like I'm neglecting my child. I gotta feed her noodles, like, because I don't have time to study. I'm not making time for her. Like, I just allowed every single thing that was negative that was fed to me. I spoke it into existence. I let that determine who I was at that moment and what I was going to go through at that moment. So for some strange reason, I ended up passing the first semester. But to my surprise, by me passing it, I felt like, oh, shoots, now the next semester is supposed to get harder, and then harder after that, and then harder after that. So I didn't really give myself a chance to enter in with a positive mind frame. So what I did was I ended up going to my counselor because I was a little afraid to progress to the next level. Because remember, I had all this negativity in my mind. So I withdrew, and I said, you know what? I've always naturally been a teacher. Perhaps I'm going to go to this other school and just become a teacher. let's just say fast forwarding along the way, I later on realized later that, okay, yeah, I'm running from what I really want to do. Let me go back and revisit this nursing program. But this time, let's do it different. Let's speak positive things. What if I pass? What if I can still feed my daughter while I'm in a nursing program and not have any struggles? What if my relationship will work? What if I, can graduate, become a nurse, and leave all that? If I can actually sort through this program with the positive mind frame. So let's just say I return back to doing what I was doing, working as a patient care assistant. And I just started realizing like people were just very disrespectful. They didn't have no respect for you. They bossed you around. It was everything that I knew I did not want to experience. And I felt like I had gave up on myself. So at this time, I decided to rejoin the nursing program. But when I rejoined the nursing program, I had to go to a school that offers the bachelor program because the company I worked for was Magnet. So we had to have a bachelor's. So anyways, I'm back into the nursing program, the bachelor's degree program. And now my outlook is totally different. And it was then when I discovered positive affirmations. If I tell you positive affirmations really took me far, positive affirmation and manifesting. I manifested things such as what I wanted to drive, where I wanted to live, what kind of life I wanted to have, the things I wanted to do with my kids. All of those things that I wanted to do, it required me to be at a much higher level in pay than what I was currently doing. Oh yeah, I mean, I pretty much made decent as a tech, but I had to work pretty much double what the nurses was working to make what they would make in 3 days. So I knew that at the time I was working a lot of double shifts, and that was great because at the time I had one kid. So I felt like, I can do this. I had a lot of help, but I realized someday this help is not going to be here. Not everybody going to want to keep helping me with my child. One day it's not going to be good for me to work all these double shifts knowing I have a kid that's going to be older, that's going to need my attention, my presence. And then I'm going to get older and it's not going to be as great on my body. So I then knew that to work smarter, not harder. And to those of you who are currently still in that position, you in positions or do whatever you do for whatever your circumstance is. So I knew that the circumstance I had, and I can only count on me, I knew that I had to be my own breadwinner. I had to be the one that I need to turn to when I need something, So I used to remember a couple of affirmations I used to quote. One thing I always told myself was when I was in the nursing program was, failure is not an option. Failure is not an option. When I found myself struggling and wanting to quit, I used to always say, you didn't make it this far. You didn't make it this far just to make it this far. And also, I used to always tell myself, what God leads you to, He will lead you through. So with those affirmations in mind and many, many, many more, it really gave me the courage to not give up. And like I said, I couldn't give up. It wasn't just about me. I had a whole child. Actually, at this time, when I got accepted to the BSN program, now I have 2 kids. So I'm like, it's not just about me anymore. It's not fair for them, And so just keep in mind, keep some positive affirmations near. They are very important. And make it a journey. Make nursing school a journey, a fun journey. Yes, it's supposed to be difficult. It's supposed to be this and that. And it is. But still find the positive side of it. Find ways that you can make it like something fun. My main thing, like I said, was I thought about all the things that I wanted. That's what really kept me encouraged and inspired. I had kids. I wanted my kids to see me graduate. I had a vision. I lived in an apartment for like all of my life. So I knew my vision was to put my kids in a home. The car that I had driven that car for like 10 years. Well, no, 7 years. I had driven that car for 7 years. And there wasn't nothing wrong with it. It was a Toyota Corolla. So, they last a long time. But I visualized myself driving in a Mercedes Benz or or whatever else, but I've always wanted a Mercedes Benz. And let's just say I got me one now. But it don't even have to be about materialistic stuff. It's more so of just knowing that you accomplished something that you put your mind to. I don't care. Even now, as of today, even though sometimes I might say I have burnout, or I get tired of the long hours, I wouldn't want to be doing anything else. I still love my profession. If I'm going to do anything else, it will probably be just to become an entrepreneur, like still doing something healthcare. But I'm going to tell you, like I tell people I meet in person, going to nursing school was by far the best decision I've made. I would encourage you if you're currently in the nursing program and you're thinking that you're struggling, you're thinking about quitting, you want to give up, are you giving everything you have, like everything you got? Remember, you get out what you put in. Now, like I said, I know it's not easy, and trust me, I'm a firm believer to know that it's a journey, and it can be a struggle, but you can do it. I'm letting you know, I did it. You can do it. I found ways that will help me out. If you currently struggling in your program, ask yourself these questions. Am I filling out my study guides when they give us study guides? Are you recording your lectures if they allow you to record your lectures? Are you taking notes? Are you do you do concept maps? Are you doing concept maps to find out concept maps to really dive into the whatever topics that you're talking about? I suggest you do those things. Make flashcards. During the nursing program, I ended my cable bill because I felt like, why am I paying $200 some for cable when my main goal and focus is to be studying? Why am I listening to stuff on the radio when I could be listening to my lectures? Repetition is key. When I'm standing in the grocery lines, I'll have my earphones in my ear and I'll be hearing stuff. Repetition is key. The more you hear it, the more it sticks to you. Are you surrounding yourself with people who are like-minded? People who wants to pass? People who are putting 110% in? People who basically on the same page as you? The whole goal is to get in a program, stay in a program, and graduate from the program. It's being done every day. It like I said, it can be a struggle, but don't let that struggle get the best of you. And that's why I feel like I wanted to make this video. That's why when I took my long hiatus off of YouTube, something in me just didn't sit right. Something in me told me, T, you got people out here who are probably, somebody bound to reach your video that you might inspire to not give up. So my goal on this platform is to remind you not to give up. Don't give up on yourself. You can do it. Where people have made comments saying that their teachers didn't know anything. Their teachers was bad teachers. The teachers didn't deliver the message. And I'm here to tell you, you might experience that. I experienced that in my program. I experienced having teachers who taught pediatric or who taught psychiatric nursing or whatever, who've never even worked that unit. So sometimes you might have teachers who applied for a certain position and ended up getting thrown in somewhere else where they don't have a specialty, have experience in that specialty. You know what? However it is, even if you get one who have the best knowledge in that area, whatever it is, at the end of the day, it's on you. It's on you to get in, get what you came to get, which is that degree, and get out. So my advice, when you have teachers who are not proficient in that specialty area, that just means you got your work cut out for you, sister or brother. So that means you're going to have to really put it in. You really going to have to be diving into reading those chapters, studying this stuff so that you can know. I think our health assessment teacher was that way. I felt like when we asked questions, she would always just direct us to the book because I honestly felt like she didn't know. But at the end of the day, you could point fingers or whatever. Those people got their degree. You came there to get something from them. And if they can't deliver it right, then you need to do your part. So if that means getting on YouTube, watching some YouTube videos, studying before you get to class so that you could be more active learning instead of passively learning. If that means that you need to find you a mentor who works in that specialty area that can break it down in layman's terms or whatever, do what you have to do, because today it's on you. They got their degree, you come to get yours. So get it the best way you can. And I know a lot of people don't like to read. I know a lot of people want the shortcut way. I'm gonna be honest with you. Anytime I prepare for a test, I would always prepare myself as if I was preparing for the NCLEX, because everything that I learned from my test, I wanted to actually learn it, not memorize, not cheat, not do all that stuff. I wanted to learn it because I knew I would see it again when it was time to take the NCLEX. So you could do yourself a favor, study all this stuff one time. Therefore, at the end of the school year, when it's time to get ready to prepare for that test, you have that knowledge and you're not trying to go back and study it for the first time. Because even with me studying and everything, I still had to pretty much do a review course, some thorough studying, and a lot of practice questions or whatever. But anyways, I've held you long enough. I still feel like I haven't probably touched base on a lot of stuff I wanted to say. If I do think of it or whatever, I will be back with another part 2 or whatever. But all of this is just to encourage you not to give up. Don't give up on whatever you're doing. Even if you already graduated and you're a nurse and you're struggling, I mean, it's gonna get better. It's gonna get easier. It's gonna get to the point you're more comfortable. You're gonna build your routine. Don't give up. Maybe the area you in is just not the area for you at the moment, but don't give up. Don't give up in school. Don't give up in wanting to apply. If you're not passing the NCLEX, not the NCLEX, the nurse entrance. If you're not passing that HESI, if you're getting a bunch of no's, trust me, there will be some yeses out there. Apply to multiple schools. When you're in the program, just surround yourself with people who are like-minded. And then when you graduate and you find yourself in that hole where you feel like it's getting harder, it's getting tougher, just stick through it. You'll get through it. And then, at some point you'll realize what specialty is for you, what specialty is not. If it's a specialty that's causing you stress and you feel like it's not for you, it's so many areas in nursing that you can work. Don't give up. Well, again, I'm on this platform to be an assistant to you. I'm open. Ask me questions. DM me. Follow me on my other nursing channels. My other social media channel. I iamnursetee on Instagram. You can always drop me a DM on that. Like I said, you can comment here. I'm here for you. You struggling? If it's a video you want me to make about how to pass med-surg, how to learn a certain topic, I'm here for you. Again, if you're rocking with your girl Nurse T, keep on rocking. We in this thing. What does it say? We in this thing like a G-string. So, yeah, go ahead. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe button. Turn that notification bell on. Your girl trying to be consistent with what I'm doing. And it gives me that motivation to keep it going when I see that y'all actually responding. Y'all liking my video. And you actually subscribing. So, I'm trying to move up in this YouTube world. So, just keep me in mind. But I'm here for you. Again, tell a friend to come join the gang. Nurse T over here. Nurse T. All right, and I'm out.